Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the last video that I uploaded like 4 days ago. And if you haven't seen it, please go and watch either before or after this. Either way, I don't care, just watch it. And if you like it enough, please like, share, and subscribe, and that would mean a whole lot to me. And yeah, let's get into this video. So we're gonna be talking about this topic. It's about, I guess, the black race, I guess. I don't know. It's a little controversial, I guess. I don't know. Okay, let me just start talking about it. Okay, so I was watching this video of these women reacting to their men smash or pass video, and one who looks black, she's light skinned, yes, and I don't know if those are her real eyes or contacts, but she has blue eyes or gray eyes, something like that, but she looked black to me. So she was like, I didn't think, referring to her husband, I didn't think he liked black women. And I was just like, hold on, aren't you black? To me, if you're like 50% black, you're black. You might be like, you're black, I'm sorry. Like, that's just how I feel. And the other woman said the same thing later on that video. Sort of the same thing. She didn't think that her husband, or her husband said he didn't like brown skinned women. Well, I got a little offended, and I kind of feel like a hypocrite because of how I was years ago. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit, like a background type. I don't know if it's a story, but I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so before I was adopted, I was in a foster home, and it was a white couple, who had 4 children of their own, and the rest of the children, they had like 6, 7 of the other children were like African American, different age group. I was like the youngest. No, I wasn't the youngest. No, this other guy, little boy, he was younger than me. He was biracial. And I guess I was the second to the youngest foster kid that they had. When I didn't feel like I fit in. One So it wasn't because, I don't know. It might have been because of everything, how I got here, who I dealt with before them, or some of it wasn't them. I don't know how to describe it, but anyways, I was really freaking insecure about the fact that I was black, living with a white family, even though they had like other children that were black also. But it was a mixture of everything. I don't know, but I wanted to be white. That's what I wanted. Like, I remember wanting like a flat butt. Like, as an 8-year-old, I did not have a figure for real, but I don't know how to describe it, guys. But I wanted to be a white girl. I wanted to fit in. Even though there was no way you could not know that I was either adopted or in foster care, because they were white. They cannot produce a black child. But I remember this one instance. Because I was so insecure about being black, I wanted to fit in with them. They were at the Walmart grocery store somewhere, and The wife was telling, you know, how she does foster care. And then I remember telling her that I didn't want her to say that. I was like, I don't want them to think that I was adopted. Now, I don't know, like, I don't know why, like, I was black. Like, you could not deny that. So I don't know why that would make me feel better if they didn't say that, even though it was so obvious that I either was adopted or I was in or I was not their child, like, biologically. There's no way. I don't know how to freaking describe it, but anyways, I was so insecure. I didn't want to be black. I didn't want anything that associated with black. Yes, I had like a black best friend and stuff at school and stuff, but it's like that stuck with me. And even when I was adopted into the family that I am part of now, I still had those insecurities until in 10th grade. I still had, it wasn't as bad. I was getting into myself, but it was still like um I had a preference. It's not like I didn't want to date any black guys, but I had this preference of I want a white guy because I thought they were better. I went to a predominantly black, white school um, for a little bit. It was 95% white school, and I wanted to fit in, and there would be comments like they weren't racist that I can see in my eyes. I don't know, I felt comfortable around them. Like, for instance, I had this friend, um, like, she was really cool and stuff like that. And what was I in that? Like, I would go to her parties and stuff like that, and I felt free to like dance, and they're not judging me, so I thought, and all that stuff. And I felt comfortable. But then there was this other side. There was like this jerk ass guys. I remember them because I said it too. But I said it too. I was like, we're talking about which one. This girl was dating a black guy at our school, and she was white. And I don't know if somebody asked, it was like, why are you dating a black guy? Like, she was like, I don't know. I like black guys. I don't know. Like, they were saying white is better, and I agreed with them. As far as dating, like, I prefer to date a white guy. And it's kind of ironic because I ended up with a white guy, but anyways, that's not here nor there. It was just like, because I was so used to people saying that, it's like I hated myself a lot. I hated myself, like the fact that I was black. I wanted anything other than who I was. Like, what else? I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly. Yeah, so I had this preference that I wanted this white guy. But it's not like I didn't date black guys. I did. I found black guys attractive. The only problem is I thought black guys were assholes, were womanizers, were thugs, were kind of like certain groups have of black people. That was my perception towards black males. Now, females were a different story. I didn't, anyways. And then when when I went to that predominantly white school, I had a best friend who was white, and her family didn't really care for black people. They liked me. Her mom would say stuff like they thought until they met me, they thought like, oh, black people, or I wasn't the stereotypical black person. And I remember her telling me this story about, or it wasn't a story, she was just telling me how she was in no way, shape, or form like that at all. It was her, like her mom and her dad were getting, like opening their eyes a little, but her grandparents weren't as open. And she told me, she was like, I think her granddad said he would adopt a black child and just to something like bury him or something like that, or torture him, something to that extent. That's what she told me that her grandfather said, something to that extent. And I was like, that's terrible and stuff like that. I was like, what? Like, why would anybody say something like that? Like, because in my eyes, even because I justified it. I thought, I don't know what I'm getting at. I thought that because I did not, because I had just had a preference that I was better. I wasn't racist. I just had a preference. So I was just like, I just thought that was terrible, and it was. So those kind of experiences, or being told when I was at the school that you're pretty for a black girl, and I would accept it. I would be like, because I was so insecure, and like I would be like, thank you. And then, but at the same time, I was such a hypocrite. I would be like, what is that supposed to mean? I've seen pretty black girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, but it made me feel good because they said for a black girl. Like, I was the top percent that was like cute and attractive. Like, I felt good because I was so freaking insecure. But anyways, I forgot where I was at. Okay, so my mom hated that. She was like, I don't have a problem with you dating outside your race. I don't have a problem with, if it happens, it happens. But the fact that you're saying you think that white guys are better than, mind you, I'm adopted into a black family. That you think they're better, I have an issue with, because that's a self-hate type thing. I did not see it at that moment when she was saying it. I did not, I just didn't think that, like, I was like, what? I don't hate myself. Like, did I think I was pretty at times? Yes. So I was like, to that, I didn't equate that to hating who I was. But now that I'm older, I see that it was kind of like hating a part of me. Like, I did not love myself fully. Okay, so she would say that stuff to me. I was like, I don't hate myself. I just don't. I felt like now that, like, my dad, I feel like he was the first guy who was black who broke my heart, who I felt abandoned me, who I felt didn't give a fuck, who wasn't in my life, who I thought was a womanizer, who I thought was just, the other stuff that happened to me, some of the other stuff that happened to me, I did not, my God, like, all that, and it was by black males. I just had this thing, I just thought, like, white guys were better, they would treat you better, and da 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 da. Even when I went to college, I started, like, I dated black guys. I did, but I still had that preference of a white guy. So And then I had white boyfriends. I was talking to white boyfriends. I was talking to black, like, it still was, but I still had that preference. And it wasn't until I moved to Richmond and then I had a roommate. Like, my roommates were, for majority, I was around black roommates. One was African. That's when I truly started to accept myself. Like, they were Africans, they were enjoying the culture, and they were cool about it, and that made me, I guess, open up and decided, I'm like, why do I hate myself? Like, like why like why like it was just 3 years ago. Not even not even 3 years ago. 2 years, was it? Anyways, it was just a couple years ago. That's when I started affect like really embracing the fact that I'm black and I'm Haitian. So watching that video, it hit home and it kind of hurt my heart. Like, I was just like, because I got offended, I did, and then I was like, hold on, wait, you were that person. Like, why are you judging? Or I even left a comment. I was just like, I was like I wasn't in that space. And but guys, it's not the reason why I did, or I didn't want a black guy, because I thought they were assholes. Not necessarily because they were black, because I was very much attracted to them and stuff. It's because I just had this idea they were assholes. They do use women, they were just assholes. But like I said, I ended up with a white guy, and I, in no way, shape, or form, now my idea is all guys in all races, in like all walks of life, assholes. Like, that's part of the DNA. Like, it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's not a Mexican thing, it's not an Indian thing, it's not it's just assholes. Point blank, period. And every race has them. Um, that's how I am now. But this video just had me, I don't know, thinking about that, and I don't want to get emotional, but it's just like, it wasn't that long ago that I was saying this same exact thing that they say, like, how they don't, it was the opposite sex, but it was, like, about the black. But my thing is, people are still gonna think that way, even though I changed my my beliefs on that. Other people, is they either gonna be stuck that way, or it's gonna take them longer to get to the point that I'm at, where I realize no other race is better. No race is better than my race, and I'm not better than any race. Like, we're human. We bleed the same. If I was to get burned and, like, the melanin layer was gone, I would have a white pigment. We have hearts. We feel the same. We are all trying to, like, live the best life possible. We all races or ethnicities have ugly, beautiful, cute, any like kind of people in them. So I want other people to feel that way, but I gotta realize how long it took me to get to this point. And it took me years. I'm 22 now. Like when I was 2019, that's when I discovered, like, and finally was happy with, not saying that I don't have days that I'm like down or have days where I absolutely hate myself. I'm not saying that, but I'm growing, and at least what I'm saying is that part of me is no longer there. And I wish everybody would get to this point. But like I said, it takes time, or it takes maybe exposure. Yeah, I guess that's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, guys, yeah, I guess see you on the next time that I upload.